Have you ever wondered what your dog is trying to tell you when it wags its tail? Is it always a sign of happiness, or could it mean something else entirely? In this video, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of dog communication and uncovering the real reasons why dogs wag their tails. From joy and affection to anxiety and dominance, every tail wag holds a secret message. By the end of this video, you'll understand your furry friend like never before. Let's unlock the language of tails together. Don't miss it. 1. Happiness or excitement. When a dog experiences happiness or excitement, its tail becomes one of the most expressive and undeniable indicators of these positive emotions. This behavior is deeply connected to the release of endorphins in the dog's brain, which generate feelings of pleasure, comfort, and well-being. A happy dog uses its tail not only as a form of communication, but as a visible outlet for its emotional state, often amplifying the joy it feels in the moment. The position of a dog's tail when it is happy or excited typically shifts to being higher than its neutral resting position. However, this can vary depending on the breed. For example, some breeds like Huskies or Shiba Inus naturally have tails that curl upward, while others, such as Labradors, might hold their tails slightly above the horizontal line of their back. Regardless of the specific angle, the tail's position reflects the dog's elevated mood, signaling to those around it that it is in a positive state of mind. The tail's movement in these moments is particularly expressive. It tends to wag in broad, sweeping arcs, as if the dog is trying to broadcast its joy as widely as possible. For some dogs, this wagging is so vigorous that their entire hindquarters sway along with it, creating the impression that they're smiling with their whole body. In cases of extreme excitement, such as during a long-awaited reunion with their owner, the tail might even move in rapid circular motions, resembling the spinning blades of a helicopter. Dogs with long bushy tails often add an extra flair to this display, as their fur exaggerates the motion, creating a captivating visual effect. Happiness and excitement are never limited to just the tail. They are emotions that ripple through the dog's entire body. A happy dog's posture is relaxed and inviting, with loose, tension-free muscles. Its face often mirrors its joy, appearing to smile with a slightly open mouth and a tongue that might dangle lazily or flop to the side. The ears tend to rest in their natural position, without signs of alertness or fear. Some dogs add physical expressions of excitement to their repertoire, such as bouncing on their paws, spinning in circles, or zooming around in spontaneous bursts of energy known as zoom eyes. One of the most common scenarios in which a dog displays this level of happiness is when its owner returns home after being away. Imagine opening your front door and being greeted by your dog's uncontrollable joy, the tail wagging at breakneck speed, the paws lightly hopping off the floor, and perhaps even a few jubilant barks or whines of excitement. In this moment, the dog's entire demeanor radiates pure, unfiltered love and attachment. This greeting is not just about happiness. It's a powerful expression of the bond the dog feels with you, and its immense relief and pleasure at being reunited with its favorite person. These moments of happiness are also infectious, as they serve to remind us of the simplicity of joy in a dog's world. Whether it's a walk in the park, playtime with a favorite toy, or the simple act of spending time with their human, dogs express their emotions with such sincerity that their happiness becomes impossible to ignore. This connection between tail wagging and happiness is a universal canine language that transcends breeds and individual personalities, making it one of the most recognizable and heartwarming aspects of dog behavior. 2. Friendship and affection. A wagging tail isn't always a sign of excitement. It can also be a symbol of friendship and affection. When dogs want to communicate their good intentions, they use their tails as a tool for building trust and connection, whether with humans, other dogs, or even other animals. In these cases, the tail position tends to be lower than it would be in a state of excitement, usually resting closer to the natural line of the body. Depending on the breed and the individual dog's personality, The tail might curve gently downward or hover at a neutral level, moving with a slow, rhythmic wag. The wagging motion during moments of affection is calm and measured, almost like a soft pendulum swinging back and forth. This gentle movement often mirrors the dog's relaxed approach, as it moves toward the person or animal it wants to connect with. Unlike the fast, high-energy wag of excitement, this slower motion conveys a sense of calm and reassurance, signaling that the dog has no aggressive intentions. Body language plays a crucial role in reinforcing the message of friendship. A dog showing affection will typically have a relaxed posture, with loose shoulders and hips. The face is soft and inviting, with the mouth slightly open and the tongue occasionally peeking out. The ears might tilt back slightly or remain neutral, depending on the dog's mood and comfort. In some cases, dogs might go further to demonstrate vulnerability and trust, such as rolling onto their backs or exposing their bellies. These behaviors signal to others that the dog feels safe and is willing to strengthen the bond. For example, imagine coming home after a long day and being greeted by your dog as it approaches you slowly, wagging its tail gently while gazing at you with soft eyes. This isn't a display of overwhelming excitement, but rather a calm and heartfelt expression of affection and love. Similarly, when two dogs meet in a friendly context, one might approach the other with a slow tail wag, a loose posture, and gentle nudges, signaling a desire to play or interact peacefully. This type of tail wagging builds connections, strengthens relationships, and helps dogs communicate their positive intentions without words. 3. Anxiety or nervousness. A dog's tail is a powerful indicator of its emotional state, and when anxiety or nervousness takes hold, this body language becomes significantly more subdued and defensive. Dogs that are feeling insecure or fearful will often attempt to make themselves appear smaller or less noticeable, and their tail behavior reflects this instinct. The tail is typically held low, sometimes level with the body, and in more extreme cases, it may be tucked tightly between the dog's hind legs. This tail position is a clear signal of unease and an attempt to shield vulnerable areas, such as the abdomen and genital region, as a self-protective response. The movement of the tail in nervous or anxious dogs is quite different from the energetic wags associated with happiness. Instead, the tail wagging becomes slow, tentative, or almost hesitant. It may move in short, stilted motions, as if the dog is unsure of how to react to its surroundings. In some instances, the tail may remain completely still, frozen in place as the dog processes its discomfort or fear. This hesitation is often accompanied by a broader sense of caution, as the dog carefully evaluates its environment before deciding how to proceed. In severe cases of fear or anxiety, such as during a particularly stressful situation, the dog may stop wagging its tail altogether, signaling its focus on survival rather than social interaction. In addition to the tail's behavior, the rest of the dog's body language reveals its anxious state. The dog's muscles are typically tense, and its posture is often hunched or lowered, as if trying to shrink itself. The ears are flattened against the head, further emphasizing the dog's discomfort. The eyes might be wide, with the whites known as whale eyes showing prominently, and the dog often avoids direct eye contact as a way to signal submission or fear. The mouth may be tightly closed, or the dog may pant excessively as a physiological response to stress. In some cases, the dog may pace, whine, or attempt to retreat to a safe, familiar space. For example, imagine a dog's reaction during its first visit to the veterinarian. The unfamiliar smells, sights, and sounds can be overwhelming, causing the dog to lower its tail and wag it hesitantly. Its body may appear small and coward, and it might cling to its owner or try to hide behind furniture. This behavior reflects its internal struggle, fear of the unknown mixed with a desire to stay calm and avoid confrontation in a potentially threatening environment. 4. Dominance or threat. A dog's tail is a powerful tool for communicating dominance or projecting a sense of threat, and this behavior often plays a key role in interactions where the dog feels the need to assert itself or establish boundaries. This type of tail behavior is typically seen in situations where a dog perceives a challenge to its authority, encounters an unfamiliar dog, or faces a perceived intrusion into its territory. The tail, in these cases, becomes an integral part of the dog's body language, delivering a strong message of confidence, control, or even aggression. When a dog is exhibiting dominance or projecting a threat, the tail's position and movement are distinct. The tail is usually held high, well above the line of the back, signaling authority and command. Depending on the breed, this position might mean the tail is held straight up, slightly angled forward over the back, or even tightly curled if that is the natural tail shape. A dominant dog's tail is almost always rigid in this posture, with little to no movement, as though the stiffness itself reinforces the dog's sense of control. If the tail is wagging, the motion is slow, deliberate, and tense, very different from the loose and playful wag of a happy or relaxed dog. This deliberate movement conveys a calculated warning. The dog is aware of its surroundings and prepared to react if necessary. Beyond the tail, the dog's entire body reinforces its dominant or threatening message. The posture is upright and assertive, with the chest puffed out and the legs firmly planted as if staking a claim to the ground. Every muscle in the dog's body is taut and ready for action, signaling that it is poised to defend itself or confront a challenge at any moment. The dog's head is often held high, with the ears pricked forward or slightly angled to the sides, capturing every detail of its surroundings. Its eyes are intensely focused, maintaining unwavering and direct eye contact that can feel intimidating to the target of its gaze. This fixed stare is a calculated gesture, signaling confidence and warning others to back off. Additionally, the dog may add vocal warnings to its display, such as a deep, rumbling growl, a low bark, or even the baring of teeth, all of which amplify the sense of threat and demonstrate its readiness to act. For example, this behavior is commonly observed when two unfamiliar dogs meet in a contested space, such as a park or a yard. One dog might adopt a dominant stance, standing tall with its tail raised high and rigid, wagging it slowly in a side-to-side motion. Its body language conveys an unspoken message: "This is my space, and I'm willing to defend it." Similarly, a dog might exhibit this behavior toward a human or another animal that encroaches on its personal space or possessions, such as food or a favorite toy. In such situations, the tail serves as a kind of flag, visibly marking the dog's intention to assert its authority and warning others to tread carefully. Understanding these signals is crucial, especially for humans interacting with dogs. Misreading or ignoring a dog's dominant or threatening posture can lead to unintended escalation, as the dog might feel compelled to act on its warnings if its boundaries are not respected. By recognizing the signs of dominance or threat, such as the high, rigid tail, the tense, upright posture, and the focused, intense gaze, humans can adjust their behavior to diffuse potential conflict, whether by giving the dog space or avoiding direct eye contact that might be perceived as a challenge. These displays of dominance or threat are not necessarily signs of aggression, but rather an important part of canine communication. Dogs use these behaviors to navigate social hierarchies, set boundaries, and establish order within their environment. For dogs, such communication is a natural and essential survival strategy, enabling them to assert themselves when necessary while avoiding unnecessary physical confrontation. By observing and interpreting these signals, we gain a deeper understanding of canine behavior, fostering better relationships and safer interactions with our furry companions.